September 28, 2014, from Wembley Stadium in London, England. It was the Miami Dolphins versus the Oakland Raiders in the NFL's annual game from the United Kingdom. The Raiders scored on their first drive as Brian Leonhardt caught a 3-yard touchdown pass from Derek Carr as the rookie got the Raiders in the end zone as they took the early lead at 7-0. Miami would respond with a field goal on the next drive, a 41-yarder from Caleb Sturgis that made it 7-3 as the Dolphins trailed the Raiders by 4. That would be it for the first quarter, and early in the second, the Dolphins would take the lead as Mike Wallace caught a 13-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Tannehill that made it 10-7, Dolphins over the Raiders. But that wasn't it as the Dolphins continued to pour it on as Lamar Miller scored on a 9-yard touchdown run that made it 17-7 as the Dolphins extended their lead to 10 points over the Raiders. And then Dion Sims scored on an 18-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Tannehill to make it 24-7 Dolphins as the Dolphins scored 24 unanswered points, 21 of which came in the second quarter of this game, and they went into halftime up 24-7 over the Raiders. Then to start off the third quarter, it would be all Dolphins in this quarter as it was in the second. Lamar Miller scored a second touchdown of the game, this one from 1 yard out to make it 31-7. And then later in the quarter, Cortland Finnegan scored on a 50-yard fumble return as the defense got on the board and got in on the scoring, and it was now 38-7 Miami as they had now scored 38 unanswered points after Oakland started this game off with a touchdown on the very first drive of the game. So that would be it for the third quarter. Then in the fourth quarter, the Raiders got back on the board. This time it was Matt McGloin to Holmes for a 22-yard touchdown that made it 38-14. That would be the final score as the Dolphins easily beat the Raiders in jolly old England in London. And in this game, Ryan Tannehill was 23 for 31 with 278 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Derek Carr was 16 for 25 with 146 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. And McGloin came in to be 12 for 19 with 129 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. The game's leading rusher was Lamar Miller with 64 yards off of 12 carries, as well as 2 touchdowns. And the game's leading receiver was James Jones with 6 receptions for 83 yards. The defense got a couple of turnovers as the Dolphins had 3 interceptions in this game. Akins, Grimes, and Wilson each had a pick, and over for Oakland, Carey had a pick as well. The leading tackler in this game was Young with 7 tackles. So the Dolphins beat the Raiders 38-14, and they improved their record to 2-2 as they are now at 500 on the season. And the Raiders are yet to win a game as they are now 0-4. So the final score once again, Dolphins 38, Raiders 14.